It was reported that the Milwaukee Bucks have fired head coach Jason Kidd. Now, this right here is a sad move for me. I feel like the Bucks, they don't really have to fire Jason Kidd, but the thing about Jason Kidd, I'll tell you guys why they might feel like they need to make this move. Milwaukee Bucks have been stagnant for the last couple of years. As you guys know, they were good. They were decent. Their record was 42-40, so they were a mediocre team. This year, it seems that the roster got better. The thing about it is that Jabari Parker didn't come back this year. Not yet. Last year, Jabari Parker did average around 20 points per game, but this year, you kind of thought that with Giannis Antetukumpo, bug as how he was, he came out the gates averaging around 35 points, 66% from the field. You kind of thought that the Bucks were going to take that next step and probably be around that 50-32 record or that 55-win team, but that just never amounts to anything. And the reason why you feel like the Bucks were supposed to take that next step is mainly because they're playing in the East. The East is obviously inferior to the West. In the West, of course, the Bucks might struggle because there's so much teams, but in the East, I mean, you have Miami Heat. They're pretty much the 4th seed with no All-Star. So the front office of the Milwaukee Bucks, they can only really understand, or they can only really come to one conclusion, is that Jason Kidd is the reason why they have been so stagnant over the past couple of years, even though their players have been developing. Not only that, not only Giannis Antetukumpo, I should say, Don Maker and all the other young cats that they've had, they're all developing, but the record is not reflecting upon the development. So they feel like Jason Kidd is the reason of the stagnation. Now, honestly, I feel like Jason Kidd is probably not the reason for them being so stagnant. I feel like the injury to Jabari Parker played a huge factor in that because, again, Jabari Parker was that guy. He wasn't necessarily that guy, but he was a great second option to Giannis Antetukumpo, and that was really missed this year. Now, one of the biggest reasons Jason Kidd was fired is the fact that Eric Bledsoe came to the team, and he basically didn't really change the outcome of a lot of games. As you guys know, they're still very mediocre. They're about 23-21 right now. I might be mistaken, but they're definitely around that range right there. But Eric Bledsoe didn't really help the team out in any way. I mean, if you think about it, it's Jason Kidd's fault that he didn't really implement Eric Bledsoe in the correct way, and that's probably what the front office is thinking. Now, of course, I'm not in the workings of the Bucks, so I'm not completely sure why that didn't work out, but Eric Bledsoe definitely should have added a lot of wins onto Giannis Antetukumpo and the Bucks record, and that just didn't really happen. I feel like that's probably the biggest reason why they felt that Jason Kidd really needed to move. Now, Jason Kidd is going to definitely have another coaching job open. He has a lot of options, honestly. I feel like there's a lot of teams in the NBA that feel like their coach is not really cutting it. They do need a different coach. Now, one of the most popular jobs for Jason Kidd is going to be the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks head coach right now is Jeff Hornacek. He's not really getting the job done. A lot of people feel like he's not implementing Porzingis the correct way since he's been slowing down. A lot of people have been saying Porzingis is slowing down, but not only that, the Knicks have also been stagnant. They're not really growing. They've added a lot of pieces. They've added Derrick Rose. I know he's left. I'm talking last year specifically. They added Courtney Lee. They added all these guys, and they just never really went anywhere. Now, this year, they added Frank Ntilikina. He's looking good. Of course, he's a rookie, so he's not going to be the best. They got Porzingis. He came out the box just like Giannis Antetukumpo, filling up all the numbers. But their record, again, isn't really representing the talent on the roster, and especially, again, in the East. Now, Jason Kidd is always going to be a popular choice, mainly because he played in New York. He played in Madison Square Garden. He knows where everything is. The fan base, of course, loves him. So I think that'll probably be the perfect pick or the perfect decision for Jason Kidd to go to, obviously, because, you know, he knows everything in New York. So honestly, it's like a love-hate thing with Jason Kidd leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks feel like Jason Kidd, it's his time to go right now. Jason Kidd did a fabulous job developing these kids. And again, I feel like if he does go to New York, he's going to do a wonderful job developing all the rookies over there and all the young guys over there. Now, the Bucks, they're going to need to look at some new coaches as well. I feel like Mark Jackson is still on the roster. Of course, David Fizdale got fired by the Memphis Grizzlies. He's going to be on the roster again. David Fizdale, he came from the same mold as Eric Spoelstra. He came from Miami. And you know how Miami's doing. Again, they're about 4th seed in the East with no All-Stars. I mean, so David Fizdale comes from a great culture, a great coaching background, and he really did learn a lot from Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley. So I feel like David Fizdale could possibly be a good option. Mark Jackson could possibly be a good option. There's a lot of good coaches on the block right now. I feel like Milwaukee Bucks will definitely bounce back, and they'll definitely end up being in the playoffs in the next couple of years. I definitely don't think it's going to take a long time. Obviously, Giannis Antetukumpo is pretty much going to be averaging like 30 points next year. So they're going to be a great team to watch out for. They're going to definitely get back on their feet. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this firing of Jason Kidd was a good idea? Because I'm pretty sure it caught a lot of people off guard. Not necessarily me, because I understood the stagnation of the team, but it's been your boy Rob Sports, and we out.
Running through the 6 with my woes. Count money, you know how it goes. Pray the real live forever, man. Pray the fakes get exposed.